when you first get locked up, everyone's there for you. Everyone's calling, sending commissary. And then as the years progress, things start to kind of fall off. People go on with their lives. They start to forget about you. And I think, to me, what was kind of the most interesting part was when I interviewed Lil D and Freeway Ricky, they were both in a situation, like when they got locked up, they were both millionaires. So, allegedly they, put property and money and other, things in other people's names. And these people were supposed to hold it down for them until they got out. And every single time when these guys got out, there was nothing there waiting for them.
And when you get all that time, you have to trust somebody. You got to let people hold money. You got to let people have your properties in their names. And majority of the guys that you will have a conversation with that did a bunch of those years, throughout those years, family and friends, they going to spend that money, man. Because they feel like you don't need it, though. Like, in their mind, they say, all you need is some money to go to the commissary and get on the phone.
Absolutely.
Same thing with you?
Same thing. Identical stories.
Identical, yeah. So all these people that are getting locked up who think that their relatives and their homies are going to hold on to that $500,000 in cash and that property and those cars when you come out.
And when you doing it, you're thinking like you're going to accumulate this stuff, and when you come home, you will have that.
Yeah, but when you came out, you had nothing.
Nothing.
Have you seen this type of thing happen?
Yeah, but I mean, not personally, but yeah, I could see that. Like, after you got it in my name and for 10, 20 years, why the hell would I want to give it back? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, it's messed up, but you can't blame the people either. It's like, they wow, what do you feel? How do you feel about that? Do you feel like if you gave me your car and I held it for 20 years, I'm supposed to give it back to you after I done drove it?
Well, I think that you have to look at overall on these situations. Like, if you got locked up and you were like, hey, can you hold 10,000 for me?
Oh, yo. Yeah, no, that's
you see what I'm saying? Like I have money, so 10 years later, I'm assuming I'm still gonna have money. Yeah, here's your 10,000.
But chances are these people don't have no money. I mean, not saying like, I mean, a lot of times.
And this is what I'm saying. Like you're giving, you're not giving this to millionaires. You're giving it to people who are probably poor already.
Yeah, and they're going
who have bills. Yeah.
Yeah, they're going through their shit like $10,000 shit. Okay, maybe I might just borrow $1,000 today. And then you want to give it back, but by the time you can give it back, it's another bill. So damn, let me borrow just another $1,000. I'll give it back. You do that shit until there's nothing else in there. Like, the fuck, yo, my bad, right, bro.
You got a bunch of IOUs.
Yo,
like yeah, man. And like with property, it's now in their name. What are you gonna do to get it back? It's in their name. You're gonna kill them? Like, you're gonna.
I mean, the honorable thing to do is just to hold it for them, and when they come home, here, because they don't have, they just went through their setbacks, so here, But a lot of people, like you said, man, a lot of people go through their own shit. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Well, and that's the thing, man, and this is because we're not, I'm not here to try to glamorize prison and everything else like that. I really want to send this message out, like, all these people that look up, to the kingpins and the drug lords and these major criminals. Like, I've interviewed a lot of them. I've interviewed some of the biggest criminals ever. And the story is always the same. Like, yeah, it's great up until the time that we go in. And then by the time we get out, it's all gone.
Yeah.
And,
and they might have, a lot of people just might have like a 1 year, 2 year like window of great, right? And then they'll have 30 years of hell. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, is it worth it? Like, everybody should definitely take into consideration the other part of this lifestyle, the part that people are not really talking about, the part where you go to prison for 10, 20, 30 years, and you go in there as a teenager, as a young person, and then you go home. By the time you go home, you're an old man. You know what I mean? When you're in prison and your baby mother is fucking your best friend and your cousins and your brother even, you know what I'm saying? So, these are the different things, and when we make these decisions, we have to take into consideration these things. You know what I mean? I think a lot of times, we don't take that into consideration when we make our decisions,
Yeah, man. Yeah. I mean, look at Suge Knight.
Tuh.
Suge Knight was, he had a company that was worth hundreds of millions of dollars. And here he is. He's going to get out at 80 years old. It's a very sad situation. And, the prison time is almost never worth it.
No.
It's almost never worth it. Lil D said anyone who's trying to be the next Lil D is a damn fool.
Well, I got a saying when I be speaking in front of these youngsters. I tell them, man, if you trying to be like me, you's a damn fool. And then they ask me, why would I be a damn fool? I said, man, I just did 28 years in prison. You want to be like me? And then I tell them that they need to think about the consequences. I tell them, okay, let's say you do make you X amount of dollars, right? But you end up going to prison for 10, 15, 20 years, right? Ask yourself, is that worth you doing? And then if you come to the conclusion, yeah, then live with that if you get caught up. And those are the type of conversations I had with him.
Lil D was in prison more years than he was not in prison. That's how bad it is. Man. So
how's he doing?
He's doing good, man. He's doing good. He wrote a book. He's a very respected figure in the Bay Area, in Oakland. Part of the reason he got clemency was people like MC Hammer, went to the White House and, spoke on his behalf and so forth. He's an OG who did his time, never told on anybody. So a lot of people look up to him. And he accepted everything that he did. He didn't sugarcoat it. And, I think he's making a positive effect on the community that he once left a very negative effect on.
That's dope.
You should check out his interview.
Nah, I watched one of them. I watched one of them.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
China Mac, always a pleasure.
Yo.
Always a pleasure.
Listen, thank you for having me up here. Hey, yo, shout out to everybody that be like, that leaves the great comments, and shout out to all the haters too. I appreciate all the support that I'm getting from Vlad. Before this interview even started, I told Vlad, like, yo, it's because of this platform, because of your platform, that so many people even know who I am. But it was because before this platform, this is the platform that really gave me a start. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely appreciate it. I appreciate all of the Vlad viewers, just really supporting my interviews and really appreciating my views and my interviews, and so I could be coming back up here like this, man. I appreciate y'all.
Right, and you have on your hoodie and your baseball hat, you got your website, China Mac Online.
ChinaMacOnline.com. You could go to my website to look at all my new videos, all my music. I have an album dropping on February 26th after 10. I have a lot of things in the works, and also you could purchase my merch at ChinaMacOnline.com, as you've been looking at the whole time on the video. You know what I'm saying? Interview. You already know.
Yep. And you could also follow you on China Mac Music on Instagram.
Yep. And then you can stream all my music on iTunes, Spotify, Tidal, everything. You know what I mean? Much love, blessings.
That's what it is. Until next time.